All right, here we go. Welcome to Coffee with Markus. So today we're going to talk about what's happening to my $250,000 cash account. Let's see. Somehow it is not showing what I wanted to show. So let's just see if we can bring it up here or what is happening. There we go. Okay. Took us a minute to go live, but now we are live and we are ready to roll. Let me just get rid of one thing that I'm running in the background because it seems that this is really getting a lot of bandwidth and it should be much better right now. There we go. Okay, fantastic. Good. So good to have you here. Again, this is Coffee with Markus, episode 149. And I know it has been dark for just a moment, but we should be good right now. And I want to give you an update on my account status. Anyhow, if we are good to go and all of this is fine, then let's get started. This show is about real money and real trades. I'll show you the trading strategies that I personally trade, the tools that I use to trade my own accounts, and we will talk about the right mindset of a trader. Now, talking about mindset, I'm going to show you how to create SRC profits. And SRC stands for systematic, repeatable, and consistent, because that is the key to long-term success in the markets. So, if you are sick of all the hype and empty promises, and you want to learn trading strategies that actually work, then click on like right now and let's get started. All right, here we go. We are ready to roll. So as I said, on this channel, it is about real money and real profit. So let me actually give you, because it has been a while, an update on my $500,000 margin account, which is $250,000 in cash, but then I'm using a 2-to-1 margin. So my buying power is $500,000. So if this is your first time here, let me just give you a super brief update on my goal with this account. So the goal here is to trade for a living. Trade for a living. And in order to do this, my goal is to make $15,000 per month. So $15,000 per month should cover all of my living expenses and also allow me, obviously, to pay taxes. But this is the goal here, and this is where I want to show you how to do this. And of course, we also talk on this channel about, if you don't have a $250,000 account just yet, how to get there. So $15,000 a month would be, how much is that per year? So if we are taking this times 12, let's use our handy dandy calculator, 15,000 times 12, so it would be $180,000 per year. Okay, so this is the goal, and today I want to give you an update of where I am, because if you have been following me for a little bit, then you know that there is a trade in my account that is causing me trouble, and that is right. So we will talk about this one here as well, of what I'm doing with this trade and how do I deal with a trade that is in trouble, because after all, that's what I promised. A real account, real trades, and real trades means that there's winning trades and that there's losing trades. Anyhow, so if you want to trade for a living, it is important to trade a strategy that generates SRC profits. And what do these SRC profits stand for? It means that I want to be systematic in my approach. I want to make sure that these profits are repeatable, so that I don't have this one ginormous win and then it never happens again. And I also want to make sure that they are consistent, because after all, at the end of the month, I need to be able to actually pay my bills, right? So the idea here is, and this is what I've been doing thus far, wire any excess of $250,000 at the end of the month out of my trading account into my checking account. And thus far, what I've done thus far, I started trading this account on January 11th, 2021. And oops, let's do this. And today is March 22nd. On February 1st, I wired $21,000, 821 into my personal account. These were the profits of January, And then on March 1st, for the profits from February, I wired another. It was 26,408. So thus far, it has been looking good. And the question is right now, and this is what I want to show you, how are we doing for March? So let's just see, where were we at the end of February? So if I'm adding these two accounts up here, or these two wires up, so it's 21,821 plus 26,408. So that's $48,222 in profits until end of February. So let's see, where do we stand right now? How are we doing for March? And let's jump over to my account and let's take a look at the realized profits year to date. And as you can see, the realized profits thus far are $59,073. So current total profits are $59,703. Okay, so this means that for March, how much money did I realize thus far in March? And let's just go over here. Hold on. And we need to use our handy dandy calculator. And with our handy dandy calculator, we take the 51,703 minus 48,229. So thus far, we are up for March 11,474. And again, today is March 22nd. So we have another, 8 days, another full week, 9 days actually, another full week of trading. So until next Wednesday. So thus far, it is looking good that I am on track with my goal to make at least $15,000 per month. Because, yeah, this is looking good. In 3 months, I mean, not even quite 3 months, $59,000. So I'm on track. So the question is, how do I do this? Okay, so let's actually use a different color for that. And let's talk about the specific strategy that I'm using. So first of all, there is a strategy that I use, and this is called the wheel strategy. And with this strategy, number one, I am selling put options and collect premium. Then number two, I might or might not get assigned, meaning that then I own the stock. So, and if I am assigned, then we go to step number 3. And if I am not assigned, we're going to step 1. So what is step number 3? Step number 3 is when I own the stock is we're selling call options and collect premium. So this is what we do. Now, the key question here is how do I find the best stocks to trade? And in order to do this, and I'll show you exactly how to do this, the tools that I use here, because I want to make sure that you know exactly what I'm doing here. So there's no real secret around this. So let me just switch this to headline 2 so that it is black. And the tool that I'm using in order to do this is the PowerX Optimizer. And we'll jump on the tool today and I'll show you what's happening. And maybe today we have some time that I can give you a sneak peek of the brand new version that is coming out in the next couple of weeks. Super excited about this. Okay, but let's just talk about this in a nutshell. And in order to do this, I am jumping onto my iPad here so that you see what exactly I'm doing. So here, for example, we have AMD. And as you can see, for AMD, I sold a put with a strike price of 75. This is expiring this Friday. So this means if AMD stays above 75 by Friday, I can keep the whole premium. And you see it can go up, it can go sideways, or it can go slightly down. It doesn't really matter. So let's take a look in detail at all the trades that I have in my account right now. And so here we go. I'm switching over to the desktop so that you see AAPL, Apple. So I own 800 shares of Apple. So what has happened here? Let's take a look at Apple. And on Apple, I did actually sell the put at a strike price of 133. I did get assigned at this strike price. So this means that I own 800 shares of Apple and I bought them at $133. So as you can see right now, the unrealized P&L is negative because Apple is trading very obviously here below 133. Now here's the cool thing. If we look at what happened, I have already sold a bunch of calls and puts on Apple and made $3,500. So even though I'm now down, it looks bad, $7,800, the total loss, if I would sell Apple right now, would be $4,300. However, I'm not planning to sell Apple because I am overall bullish on Apple, and I believe that Apple can jump up above 133 again over the next few weeks. And until then, I am collecting premium. Now, one of the challenges is that right now, there's not enough premium in the strike price that I'm interested in selling, which is the 133. Because after all, I do not want to sell any strike prices, any calls below the price that I got assigned, which is 133. So therefore, with Apple, I'm right now sitting a little bit on my hands. And I have been pretty much for the whole March. And this is one of the reasons why in March, thus far, my profits are only 11,474 compared to the previous months, where as you can see, I made $21,000 in January, $26,000 in February, so I did really well. So here I'm a little bit behind, and it is mainly because of Apple, because Apple is just sitting in my account, not doing a whole thing. But let's talk about the other trades that I have here. So the next trade that I have is AMD. AMD, I actually entered this trade 4 days ago. We have seen it on the iPad here just a few minutes ago. I'll bring it up again. So this here strike price of 75, and as long as we are closing above 75 by Friday, we are good. So you can also see that right now I have a working order in here to take profits at 90% of my max premium. So my maximum premium is 70 cents per share traded. And again, I traded 13. So let's just calculate this. If I'm right with this one, I would make 13 times $70. Let me just bring up my handy dandy calculator to see how much that is. 13 times 70. So it means that I would make an additional $910. Now this $910 is not yet included in the P&L because it is not yet realized. This trade, as you can clearly see, this trade is still open. So it is not yet counted in the $59,000. This will be on top of this. So if this all goes well, I'm making an additional $910. So let's actually talk about my current trades so that you see exactly what I'm trading right now and what I'm doing with these trades. So because this gives me an idea of where will I stand by the end of the month. So first of all, Apple not doing anything. Here I need to sell calls, but I need Apple to go a little bit higher to be able to sell calls here. Now we have AMD. Oops. Seems that I forgot that I already wrote something down there. So let's just push it down here. No problem at all. So AMD, if AMD stays above 75, I make, what did I say? $910. Okay. So before I go to the next trades, let me just ask you, is this helpful at all if I'm breaking it down here step by step? If it is, do me a favor and click on like really quick, because this way I see here on my little screen that I'm getting more likes. And if so, then we can continue with this. And otherwise, if you find this boring, then we can talk about something else. I mean, it's really, really up to you. Okay, see a bunch of likes, really appreciate it. Keep hitting the like button so that we can go through the trades here. Okay, let's go back and let's take a look at the next trade. And the next trade is GDXJ. Now, GDXJ is a special trade. And let's just talk about this of what happened here. GDXJ. Let me jump back to the iPad here and show you of what happened with GDXJ. Here, I sold actually a put with a strike price of 78. And I did this a few weeks ago. So right here, I'm marking it. This is where I sold puts at a strike price of 48. So as you can see here, we traded below 48. So I got assigned GDXJ. And let me just jump over and see. So I got assigned 2,100 shares. And this is at $48. So right now I am selling calls against it. And this is where this morning I sold a call 48.50 with 75 cents. So let's talk about this. GDXJ got assigned shares, and what did I say? 2,100 shares at $48. There we go, at $48. So over the past few weeks, I already sold a bunch of calls and puts, but here's what I did today. Today, I sold the 48.50 call for 75 cents. And again, what I did here is that I sold exactly 21. So 21 times 75 means that I will make on this one, if it works out by the end of the week, there we go, 21 times 75. This is $1,575. So this is what I received in premium. Now, there's two possibilities of things that can happen by the end of the week. So scenario number A, if GDXJ, or let's just say GDXJ is above 48.50, here's what happens then. Well, in this case, I keep 15.75 and I make 50 cents per share that I have. Because you see, I bought it at 48 and now I have to sell it at 48.50. So this is where I would make 50 cents per share and I have 2,100 shares. So this would be an additional, let's just use the calculator. I'm not really good at math here. So good news for you. You don't have to be good at math to make money with trading. So this would be an additional $1,050. Okay, so that's good. This would give me $2,500, a little bit $2,600. Okay, however, if let's see, how do I write this? There we go. B, if GDXJ is below 48.50 by Friday, then I make no money on the shares, and geez, I only keep $1,575. Okay, so best case scenario, I'm making $1,575 and $1,050. Worst case scenario, by the end of the week, I mean, this is pretty much guaranteed, I will make $1,575. Now here I definitely keep that premium regardless of what AMD does. The only thing is, this is where I go back to the wheel strategy, right? If I am getting assigned, now I have to buy AMD at 75, and I'm fine with this, but I'll definitely make this $910. Okay, so let's go to the next stock and see what else we got here. And the next one is LL, Lumber Liquidator. So let's talk about this, a Lumber Liquidator. And actually I can show you, this is trade number 1. This is trade number 2. This is trade number 3. This here is trade number 4. And I never have, I mean, I should say I rarely have more than 5 trades in my account at any given time. So, the alignment is almost perfect. Anyhow, so LL Lumber Liquidator, let me show you of what I did there. In order to do this, we jump back onto the handy dandy iPad, because this is where I can draw a little bit. And yes, I did set up finally the new iPad. So LL Lumber Liquidator, here I sold the 22 strike, and I sold, let's take a look at this. How many did I sell? 45 at 20 cents. So let's just go back to the iPad. So 45 times 20 cents, I can do this math in my head. So this is $900 if LL stays above 75. Even if it goes below 75, I will get assigned and I have to buy the shares, but I keep this premium regardless, right? So it just right now not included in my realized P&L because the trade is still open and I could actually close it if I wanted to. But so let's talk about this. So LL sold the 22 put for 20 cents and I sold 45 of these. So 45 times 20 is $900 that will be closed on Friday or before. I like to close them at 90% of my max profits. So let's mark this. Okay, cool. And then we have the final trade, which is RIDE. And we'll talk about this in just a moment. But if we don't look at RIDE right now, and there's a reason why I want to look at this separately. I did a few dedicated videos on this, and I'll show you exactly what my plan with RIDE is thus far. And again, this is the thorn in my thigh. This is the trade that is right now really causing me a little bit of pain. Anyhow, so total profit on Friday will be 910 plus 1575 plus 900. So this means, let's use our handy dandy calculator and talk about 910 plus 1575 plus 900. So I'll make at least 3,385, and if GDXJ closes above 48.50, I will make an additional $1,050. So this means if I'm taking the 3,385 and add it to what I've made thus far for this month, you see that I'm getting awfully close to my goal of making $15,000. And again, these are trades that will automatically close by Friday the latest. I might choose to close them before, but by Friday the latest. So I'll make this week anywhere between 3,385 and 4,400, something like this. You get the idea. But let's talk about RIDE and what happened here in RIDE and why this right now is a thorn in my thigh. So RIDE, this is a trade that I took in February, and I actually sold a put at 21.50 right here. So this means that I got assigned 4,700 shares at 21.50. Now, as you can clearly see right now, RIDE is trading way below the price that I bought the shares at. I bought them at 21.50. So right now it's at around what, 13.50. So I'm losing around $8 per share. Now, if you take $8 times 4,700, right? So 8 times 4,700, that's almost $40,000 that I'm down right now. And this is how it makes me feel. I don't like this, but I can't change it. So let's go to this trade and see what happens. So RIDE, as you can see right now, I am down almost $38,000. So I need RIDE to pop up. And this is where I need to see to make sure that I'm getting out of this trade here, hopefully with a profit. Now, the good news is that on Ride, as you can see here, I have been able to sell premium quite a lot. So I've already made $5,700 that I collected in premium. However, I'm still down $38,000. So even after these wins, it would be still a loss of $32,000 if I would close it right now, which I'm not planning to do. So anyhow, so my idea here is with Ride to bring down my cost basis. So let me show you here what exactly I have in mind. So the idea here is for Ride to sell more puts at this support level that I have identified here at 13, and therefore bringing down my break-even price. You see, by doing this, I'll be able to bring down the break-even price to 18.17. And if you don't know exactly how to do this, I did a dedicated video on this. I believe I did it last Monday that explained in detail how to do it. I might have done it last Friday. I'll link to it in the description so that you know exactly what I'm talking about here. Okay, so it was a little bit longer video. So anyhow, this is what's happening. So what I'm trying to do right now, today, I'm trying to sell the 13 put for 45 cents. So this, and the markets are open for another, 4 minutes approximately. So right now it is 2:57 almost, so 3 minutes. Doesn't seem that I'm getting filled, because if I'm looking at right now, it is trading here somewhere around 33 over 36, so the 45 cents are not going to happen. So I'm regrouping here tomorrow morning, take a look at this and see what Ride is doing, because right now, yeah, I think going into the close, let's just go back to the iPad here, and we're switching back to a 5-minute chart so that we see what's happening going into the close. This here is the open. Again, there's a 5-minute chart. Ride has been going sideways, going a little bit up, and right now it is dumping into the close. I mean, not going below the 13. So that's what I said. The 13 is probably a solid support level here, right? But it is trading right now at 13.36. So this is where I'll check tomorrow morning of what I'm doing here right now. Anyhow, so this is in a nutshell of how my account is doing right now. So I am on track, as you can see, to make $15,000 per month. In fact, thus far in, where are we right now? We had it here, right? So the total profits right now in 2.5 months, well, just a little bit less because I started on January 11th, are $60,000. So I'm very well on track. I'm well ahead on this. Anyhow, I see that there is also a bunch of questions. So I want to make sure that I'm also answering your questions right now. And so glad that you're here live. So let's take a look at this and let's see how I can help you and what questions you have that I can help with. Okay. Good. So, Francesco is asking, can I ask why in the wheel you're just trading 5 underlyings? Well, because I have $500,000 in buying power in this account, and I like to allocate $100,000 to each of the positions, right? And for me, honestly, this is enough, because otherwise, if I wanted to trade more than 5, I would very desperately look for trades every day. So the more relaxed way for me to trade is I only need 5 positions, because right now, as you can see, I do have 5 positions in my account, and therefore I don't have to scramble and see, oh my gosh, will I find another trade? So this way I can be relaxed, and if I find another trade, okay, and if I don't, good, no problem, right? So this is why, Francesco, for me, it works. Okay. Good. Melka, first time live, following for a minute, hopefully for a little bit longer. Okay, so good to see you here. Anyhow, so Greg says, what made you decide to first trade Ride? There was a lot of premium in there. And I must honestly say, I probably got a little bit greedy, because when I traded it, it looked like it was in a solid uptrend. I, at that point, believed in Ride. I thought it was a solid company, and this was way before the Hindenburg report came out. So based on my research, it was a good company, and I was wrong. I was dead wrong. So this is why I need to get out of the trade right now. And my plan is to get out of the trade either with a small loss. I mean, for sure not a $38,000 loss. So I might be willing to take a $3,000 to $5,000 loss here. And again, on a $500,000 account, that's not a whole lot, or even with a small profit here. Okay, so Twin Screw says, made 76% annualized rate for March. Okay, loving it. Ramp up to a larger account. That is great. Okay, Milka needs to book a tour of the PowerX strategy. Absolutely, please do this. If you want to learn more about the tool that I personally use, I'll link to it in the description. We have a trader, a student of mine, Paul, who is part of my mastermind, who would be happy to give you a tour absolutely free, and then at the end he will decide together with you whether it makes sense for you to invest in the software or not. Okay, good. So David says RIDE is a real problem child for sure, going to be a tough nut to crack as the SEC inquiry is going on, but yeah, you know, I think overall we will be fine. That's why I'm lowering my cost basis right now, and the plan here is to just make sure that I'm getting out with a small loss or even a small profit here. Primetime says, can you talk about how you account for taxes when you make your trades? Well, first of all, my main focus is to make money, because here's the deal with taxes. If you don't make money, you don't have to pay any taxes, right? So I am set up, because I've been trading for a long time, I have set up a corporation for that. So in my case, this makes sense. I'm not a tax advisor. I don't know if it makes sense for you. I did a video on this. It's called Trading and Taxes, and I'll link to it here in the description. So this way you get a better idea of what I'm doing to deal with taxes here. And of course, you have to account for taxes. This is absolutely necessary. We don't like it anyhow. So Lupert says, why not grow the account with an excess over $15,000? You see, I could, and I've done this, and this is where it goes back to taxes, right? So, what was it? Last year, I have to look it up, but I believe last year I made $1.2 million, could have been $1.3 million, and I had to write the IRS a check of $360,000, right? So, I didn't like that. I didn't like this. So this is why I decided right now, personally, for my lifestyle this year, all I want to do is trade for a living to be able to cover my expenses. And then I also invest in real estate, and I promised you I'll do another coffee with Markus about this, because this is where I'm investing in apartment complexes, and this is my longer term investment. So, but Lupus, you could absolutely do the same thing that I'm doing here on a $1 million account, $1.5 million account. So not a big deal. This is what you can do. And again, I just decided this year, I will give the IRS a smaller check than last year, because $360,000, this is why now I understand how people are buying wings in a hospital. Anyhow, you get the idea. Okay. Good. Mandeep, so good to see you. I haven't talked to you in a while from Toronto. I know that we have chatted last year a little bit. Okay, but so great to have you as part of the community here. Okay, so Frank says, with RIDE, you cannot get enough premium on the short term. For the May 21 call, you could get almost $1 on premium. Wouldn't that be an alternative? No, because you want to look at premium per day. So let me just show you the PowerX optimizer here that helps me to decide whether it makes sense or not. So let's talk about RIDE, and let's say that here you said for the 2150 we would get $1, but you have to go out. Oops, sharing the wrong screen. There you go. Okay, so you have to go out to, what did you say, May 7th, Frank? May 21st. You see, this is where you're not making really enough premium there. So I don't even have May 21st here, but it would probably be below my threshold of 30% per year that I want to make, because I go out another year. That's why right now I choose not to do this. And again, this is my trading plan. You might choose to do it differently, and you might take that trade. I like to take expirations for the next 1 to 2 weeks out. Anyhow, Teresa, so good to see you. Teresa and I chatted on Friday, and we chatted briefly yesterday. Teresa is part of the mastermind. So good to have you here. Anyhow, so Anthony says, do we wire any money out for taxes or pay them at the end of the year? Anthony, really depends on how you prefer to do it. Some people like to set aside some money every month for taxes. For me, it's better to pay them at the end of the year, because if I'm setting money aside into a savings account, this money is not doing anything, right? And I prefer to have my money work hard for me. So instead of setting it aside in a savings account where it makes right now, what, 0.1%, if that, I put it to work in the markets where I can make at least 30% per year. Okay, so Anthony, but great question. Okay. So by wiring out $48,000 for living, your buying power is reduced from $500,000. No, because I only wire out whatever I have in excess of $250,000. So whatever I have in excess of the $500,000 buying power, this is what I'm wiring out. So I'm staying around the $500,000. Again, I'm making profits. I'm losing a little bit, but I'm staying at around the $500,000, Ali. This is my plan here. Anyhow. Good. All right, let's see, what else do we have? What can I say? This program is for for people at his level. I'm trying to get into the trading business. I'm not on his level. You see, you can absolutely do the same thing on a smaller account. However, I recommend that you start with a $20,000 account. Now, in a couple of weeks, I will have something for you where you can get started with $5,000. And honestly, if you don't have $5,000 just yet, then you're right. Then I'm not for you. The strategies that I use are not for you. There's probably strategies out there that you can use with a smaller account than $5,000, but most likely you will lose all of your money. So stay tuned here on this channel. In a couple of weeks, I'll have something for you that you can get started with as little as $5,000. And this particular strategy, the wheel strategy, you can trade with as little as $20,000. Okay, Linval, does this help? Good. Okay, so let's say, what else? Andy says, how do you pick your strike prices? I made a video on this, how to find support and resistance, because I'm using support and resistance. I'll link to it in the description and also in the chat here. So this way you see exactly what I'm doing there, Andy. Okay, cool. So Arden says, you do promote wheel a lot in every video. This is the only strategy you talk about. This is the only one that's effective and efficient. Are there any other ones? I'm sure that there are. But you see, on this channel, I choose to show you what I personally do. I believe on YouTube, there's too many videos about woulda, coulda, shoulda. Of course, I could show you how maybe you can make a lot of money with iron condors, or bull spreads, or bear spreads, or I don't know, vertical spreads, time spreads, calendar spreads, all of this kind of stuff. But you see, I prefer that I show you what I am doing right now as a real trader, because I think, and I could be wrong, you just let me know in the comments, but I believe that it helps you most when you see how a professional trader who trades for a living is approaching the markets. And right now I'm doing it this way. As I said, I have some exciting news for you. In a couple of weeks, I will start trading another trading strategy, and this will be for much smaller accounts. So anyhow, Arjun, does this help? Okay, good. Marina, so good to see you here. And yes, I do run full class courses that are very easy to understand. In fact, I believe that we are launching one later this week, so stay tuned. I'll let you know about this here on this channel, or there's probably somewhere a link in the description where you can leave an email if you want to, and I'll be happy to email you when we are doing the next courses here. Okay, so Duke says, don't you have to look at net liquid excess of $250,000 rather than realized profits? Duke, there's different ways how you can do it, and I don't think that there's a right or wrong way. So some traders prefer the net liquid excess, and if this is what you prefer, that's fine. For me personally, I like to do it based on realized profits. And again, whatever works best for you. I'm not here to tell you, you have to do it this way. And if you don't do it, you're doing it all wrong. I mean, just showing you what works for me, what I do. And maybe it's not the smartest thing to do, but hey, I'm making money with trading, and there's a lot of traders that are losing money with trading. So I think I'm doing something right, and this is why I'm sharing with you what I'm doing. Okay? Good, good, good. Ron and Liz, so good to see you from Vernon in Canada. Is that correct, CDN? Anyhow. Good. Ken says, if you're not assigned, do you go back into the ticker for more puts or wait for it to come back on the wheel scanner? I always wait for it to come back on the wheel scanner, because this way I know where I get the biggest bang for my buck. I was planning to do another walkthrough of the software that I'm using and how exactly I do it, either on Wednesday or on Friday. So if you would like to see it, subscribe to this channel, hit the little notification bell, because this way you get notified whenever I release a new video. So, Ridwan says, how do you get the PowerX Optimizer tool? I've set up a website. It's called mytradingroutine.com. I have a video on there on how I use the tool every day. Take a look at this and see whether it makes sense for you or not. And we are about to release version 2.0. I'm super excited about this. It looks different. It will look like this. Let's just coming up and there we go. It's right now in beta. So, but this is the version that we will release very, very shortly, and I will keep you posted. Maybe I can do a preview here in the next Coffee with Markus. So just sneak peek, it is coming, and I hope that we can release it in the next couple of weeks here. Anyhow, good. So let's see. Eagle Owl says, okay, exactly my approach. Excess of net asset value is what I feel comfortable calling profits. That is fine, right? I mean, either way, it's okay. Anyhow. So Darkman says, what's amazing, he's picking the stocks in the conservative section. Yeah, that's true. I usually don't go to the aggressive tab. You can do this. We have some students who are doing it, who are making way more money than I do, and that is fine with me. What I've learned over the years in the markets is don't be greedy. What do they say? Pigs get slaughtered, hogs get fed, or something like this. So anyhow, don't be too greedy, because you see, I'm doing fairly well. And I know that doesn't sound super exciting when I say, oh, I'm making like 80 or 90% per year. But keep in mind, these are SRC profits, systematic, repeatable, and consistent. And I never claim that I'm the best trader in the world. I'm just doing well for myself and my family, and I'm happy with my results. And this is why I'm sharing it with you. And again, I hope that you find this helpful. If you do, click on like. Do me a favor, click on like right now. Gentle double tap would probably work. Okay, good. So let's see. Jasmine says, appreciate you breaking everything down. Okay, cool. You're welcome. Todd says, sold the AMD 75 put also. Thanks for confirming. Good trade. I like it. Yes. Okay. Good. Let's see. Brian is asking, in your multiple other accounts, do you trade the same stocks, or do you diversify? Do you only focus on 5 stocks in your larger accounts? You see, yes, in my larger accounts, I only trade 5 stocks. Many of the smaller accounts I use to test a few ideas, right? Or to show you here on this channel how to grow a small account. And I will start doing this again in a couple of weeks. So if you would like to know how to grow a small account, stay tuned, subscribe to this channel. This is coming up in a couple of weeks. I haven't set the exact date. I was thinking about maybe doing it April 1st, but that's already next week. And then we are going into the Easter weekend. So maybe I'll start April 15th, something like this. But over the next couple of weeks, I'll do this. Okay. Wazir is, when will I give you an update on the new brokerage I talked about? Probably later this week or next week. Promised. Okay. Good, good, good. So yes, it's happening and we're working on this right now. We are making sure that we have all the tutorials in there in our membership site, so that when you have a question of how to open an account, how to place a trade or anything like this, that we can tell you exactly how to do this. So Martin from my team is working on it right now as we speak. He's sitting there with a headset recording these videos for you, and so this will absolutely come out very, very, very soon. Todd is asking an excellent question. Do you regret the right trade? The only reason why I regretted it is because I was too greedy at that point. I mean, honest to God, at that point, I have traded the wheel strategy for many, many months and haven't had a losing trade. I've had one losing trade in probably 160 trades. So I had a 99.99% winning percentage. And I kind of felt invincible. And there was tons of premium in right. Now, I knew going into the right trade that this would be one of my more aggressive trades. I knew that. And whenever I trade more aggressively, Apple was a more aggressive trade, right was a more aggressive trade. Go figure. These are the two trades that are giving me trouble. So this is where some people sometimes say that I'm too conservative of a trader, but based on my experience, whenever I am getting greedy, when I am getting too aggressive, this is why I'm getting burned. So do I regret it? Kinda. I mean, it's not to a point where I say, why did I do this? Because it wasn't the perfect trade. It was a greedy trade. It was an aggressive trade. Would I do it again? Probably, right? And this is where, do you really can say that you regret something if you say that you might do it again? Probably not. Then you're not regretting it enough, right? Okay. Anyhow, Todd, I think this is a great question, and I really appreciate you asking this, because I think it's important that we talk about this. Sometimes traders say, oh yeah, I had this losing trade and I'm regretting it. Losses are part of our business as traders, right? And so we have to get used to losses. Even though I've had dozens and dozens of trades, winning trades in a row, again, I have to look back, it's probably 150, 160 winning trades in a row. At some point, the market is catching up with you. You cannot have only winning trades. You have to have losing trades. I mean, it's impossible. Even I have been doing it for a long, long, long time, and I still have losing trades, as you can see. I wish I could just show you. I mean, right now in this account, let me just show you this. All of the realized profits year to date, as you can see, all of them were winning trades. So I haven't had a losing trade just yet. But if I would close out the trades that I have right now, I would have losses. I'm not planning to do this because I'm planning to get out with a small profit, or that's why I said maybe with a small loss. Anyhow, hey, it's so good to have you here live on this channel. I know that there's lots of questions, but hey, we're at the end of our time. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, do me a favor and share this video with others who might find this beneficial. Again, I'm not claiming to be the greatest and brightest trader in the world. I'm just trading for a living, and I thought I shared with you, be as transparent as I can with my trades, showing you the winning trades, showing you the losing trades, showing you the trades that are working out and the trades that are in trouble. If you like that, then click on the like button, because this way more people are seeing this video, and I hope that this is more beneficial for you than me showing off a Lamborghini or a private yacht or something like this. Even though I am thinking about buying a plane, but that's a different story for another day. Hey, have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in the next video. Take care, everybody.